It's showtime. Hey everyone, welcome to my video. Today I want to show you a photo shoot that I did in my garage. I don't have a big studio anymore, so I just want to make it nice and simple, but really dramatic. So I knew the piece that I want to shoot, the cool, it's a Ruger revolver. It's a 22 long rifle. Got it for my son for Christmas.
You'll shoot your eye out?
You'll shoot your eye out! You'll shoot your eye out!
So I had the item that I wanted to shoot and knew how I was going to light it, but I needed to make sure it had a good backdrop, something for it to sit on, something to give it some texture. I have an old 50 caliber ammo can that's metal that I have some old snow chains that I store in there. And so I pulled that out and put it up in the middle of my garage. So the first thing is composing the shot. I put the firearm right on the middle of the ammo can, set my camera on the tripod, and I point it straight down, just a top-down shot. What I do is lock everything down on the tripod, get my settings and everything all right, and then I take my light and I walk around different angles, holding the light, coming straight down, from the left, the right, the top, the bottom, and I take anywhere from 20, 30, 40 different images with the light shining on different angles. The style that I'm shooting is I'm compositing. So I want to get every single photo, just the light in one specific area. Could be the barrel, could be the ammo can, could be the left side of the ammo can or the right side of the ammo can, the trigger, the cylinder. So I was just looking at getting a bunch of different images that I was gonna plan on compositing. Once I downloaded the images, I brought them into Lightroom, and now it's time for me to go through and select my favorite images. So in Lightroom, I went ahead and narrowed it down to my 5 favorite images. I liked how the lighting hit the different angles that I wanted to, and I did a quick edit on them, some brightness, contrast, some clarity, texture, dehaze, and just cleaned up the image to make it pop just a little bit. So just kind of a base edit, and then I brought those images into Photoshop. Once I have my base image, I start bringing my other images in. I just layer them one on top of another, and I like to go ahead and label them with image number just so I know which ones that they are. And what I do, it's really simple, is they're all lined up because I shot on a tripod, so I don't have to worry about the images ghosting or not lining up. And I just change the blend mode to lighten, and I put a layer mask on there. I'll make the layer mask, I'll make the layer mask black so you can't see anything, and then I can just paint in the areas of that photo that I want the light to show, because the blending mode lighten will take anything that's brighter in that image and apply it to all the images below it. And so I'm just looking for those highlights. So I have 5 images stacked together, and I'm just blending each image one at a time to get the highlights that I want. Once I have the overall look with all the images, I'll go through, I'm getting rid of all the dust, the scratches, the things that are distracting that I don't like. And then I just go ahead and do some general edits, some more brightness, some contrast, some dodging, some burning, some vignetting, and some of those details. In Photoshop is where I do my blending, my more in-depth details on editing. And then once I get done in Photoshop, I go ahead and save it and I bring it back into Lightroom. It's kind of a 3-step process. I do base edits in Lightroom. I do my major edits in Photoshop, blending and compositing of the images, removing dust and scratches and everything like that. A little bit more base edits with brightness, contrast, vignetting, dodging, burning. Save it, and then I bring it back into Lightroom and I do my final edits on there with a final sharpening and final crops, final vignetting, and anything like that. So there's kind of 3 stages to the editing process that I end up doing. And the nice thing in Lightroom is I can duplicate, copy the image, and once I get that final edit that I really like, I just duplicate it again and I play around a little bit more, make it more dramatic. And then I can duplicate it again, play around a little bit more and make it even more dramatic until I find what I like. And sometimes I go back to the original one that I edited. Sometimes it's the final one that could be 3, 4 later. But then I can kind of see the progression and have those all saved.
Make you change.
So thanks for watching. I did this whole photo shoot in my garage. It took me maybe 10 minutes to set up, spent maybe about 20 minutes photographing it, and then probably another 20 minutes on Photoshop compositing and editing the image. Now, if you don't have a strobe, I use Godox 8400 Pros. Yeah, that's what I use. I should know that. If you don't have strobes like that, you can go ahead and shoot on your camera in bulb mode or long exposure, 2-3 seconds, and use a flashlight. I remember I have done that plenty of times. Even when I've had this nice equipment, I've used a flashlight to be able to create stuff. And with this technique of being able to composite multiple images together and blend them in with the light mode and create one full image, you can just do it with a flashlight. I did a really neat shot of a beer can in my living room, what I did with a flashlight. Same exact thing. I had like 10, 20 different images that I would just set it for like a 2-second exposure on a tripod, because you have to have everything locked down in the same composition for everything. But I would set it for like 2 seconds. Once it would go, I would shine the flashlight over the top, get that shot really done. Shutter would end. I'd hit my remote again. Then I'd go paint along the side. Then I'd paint along the other side for another image, and I'd just mess around and I'd get 20 or 30 different images, bring them into Lightroom and be able to see where the lighting was that I liked on each image. And then I would go into Photoshop, layer them together, blend them in with a layer mask, and create some really awesome stuff. So this is my first behind the scenes video. I would love to do more. Please tell me what you think, what more details you would like, and I'll do my best to answer them. And like I said, I'm just a hairy idiot that has a lot of years of experience with photography. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you can learn something, and have a blessed day. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing in front of the camera, talking to you guys. I'm just sharing you what I do. I'm really good at what I do, but I don't know how to talk about what I do. Everybody's good at something. I'm not good at being in front of the camera. I'm good at being behind the camera. I'm good at being on the computer, but being in front of the camera is not one of them. But that's okay, because I want to share with you what I do. So bear with me. Enjoy yourself. Laugh at me. I'm a hairy idiot. So yeah, that's what I am.